Yes. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks, I don't actually know. I don't know whether to laugh, cry, or a bit sad. Or I don't know. It's a weird feeling at this moment in time. I'm just elated for the boys, just to get it over the line because it meant so much to them, especially being here at home, being the fourth one in Irish history. The first one at home. It's a special occasion, especially with the weekend that it's been outside of our hotel, etc. You know what I mean? So we felt a duty that we couldn't let people down, and I would say there's a sense of relief to get the job done, but immensely proud. I mean, Grand Slams are not just won on nights like this, they're won over not just the 8-week period, but over the time that we've been together, so we've been building to this, and I'm just glad that we got the job done.
Johnny, how would you sum up the atmosphere out there, even when you came in from finishing your warm-up, just that roar, just as you were going back in, I think that's where it set the tempo.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable atmosphere. It's very special. I'd say we had probably 98% of the stadium, I reckon. It was, incredible. Fair play to England, the way they turned up. They were, really good. To bounce back from last week in that fashion speaks a lot about their captain, their coach. So it's they made it tough, and we made it tough for ourselves. So we'll take lots of learnings out of it, I'm sure. But for the moment, we might just enjoy it for 48 hours and not worry about it too much.
Yeah, how important is it to enjoy these moments? They don't come around very often.
They certainly don't. Like fourth time ever, just shows how hard it is, and literally why it is so hard is because every game that you play for your country means so much. So for England today, it meant so much to them to come here and spoil the party. People were saying, but to win for themselves, they put everything into it, and it's the same every single game. You got to turn up five weeks in a row, and I think we did. I think we were on it today, but we just made some silly errors at times, made things difficult. But it's fun of Grand Slam. It's pinch yourself stuff.
And you're out with your kids with the trophy, walking around the Aviva. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, you couldn't make it up really. It is stuff of, I said during the week, stuff of dreams, and growing up, all you want to do was play for Ireland. I said it during the week, I don't know why, but I always wanted to captain Ireland, and this fella asked me to do it. Probably one of the best days of my life, and then obviously to have this today, even better. So they're a great group, great management team, great bunch of players, and it's said in the dressing room there, it's not the end. There's plenty more left in this team.
And just lastly, is there any chance we'll see you again playing in the Six Nations?
Well, no, you can't sort of take that, no. Look,
Not the time.
it's not the time. It's today was about us as a team, like, you know what I mean, like to finish the campaign, something that we set out to do 8 weeks ago. Like when you set out to do something and then you achieve it, it's a very special feeling in that dressing room. And for the moment, let's just enjoy the next 48 hours. It's like I said, it's a special group and a special team. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, Andy, what have you learned about this team during the Six Nations Championship, in particular perhaps today, which got very nervy, but you were still able to get the job done?
Well, I think the same as we've all learned. I think everyone in the room understands that this has been a Six Nations that's contained every. I mean, we get to the final day because we've earned the right because of how we've played to get here. When we dust ourselves down and look back and reflect on this, it's obviously going to stick with us forever, like the memory. But the memory that'll stick with us more than ever is the togetherness of the group. I mean, the adversity that we've been through and gone through, and relished it really, you know, and come out the other side. I mean, you look at all of the games, they've had all sorts of stuff going on, but we've always found a way. And again today, you know, we was disappointed at half time, but again we found a way, and you know, we'll analyse that performance and pull it apart again. But the reality is, it's a bonus point win against a good side that was here to really spoil the party for themselves. And fair play to England. I thought they was courageous in how they went about the game. They made it unbelievably tough, but I think this Six Nations will be remembered for us as the group Six Nations that went through a lot. I mean, I think we went through 47, 48 players in camp. 30 odd of those obviously took the field. All of them are in the dressing room there, and that means more to us than anything.
Johnny, you said there's more to come. How excited are you about captaining this team into a World Cup and continuing the incredible momentum that you have at the moment?
Yeah, well, that's the goal, isn't it? That's what we spoke about building towards. You know, I think this is a part of the journey, and it's very special. Like the series in New Zealand was incredibly special. You know, we don't have to have a poor Six Nations to go on and win a World Cup. You know, you can go and when England won in 2003, they had a Grand Slam in the same year. So, you know, we need to keep our feet on the ground first of all. We need to keep building. And there's a lot of guys that have missed this campaign, that are injured, that are going to come back and really put pressure on the guys that have been playing. And that's what we need come World Cup time. We need 40, 45 players all at the same level, fighting for positions.
Andy, the moment.
Sorry, Neil's trying to get in for about 4 questions. So
Johnny, just when you converted the third try, you did a little dance. Can you just describe your moments at that particular moment?
It was embarrassing, that, wasn't it? Very embarrassing. I was cringing.
I jumped in the air, no?
Let's pretend you did then.
Well, no, I didn't. Definitely not. I'm not a dancer. I can confirm that.
You will be tonight.
I knew it was like 13 points. I knew it was a big kick to go 3 scores clear with thing, and that's why you do all the practice that you do. And so I was absolutely delighted. So yeah, I didn't do a dance.
Was there any concern when Jamie George then went over in a couple of minutes on your part at that stage about the game?
Well, I was lying on my back, so I knew the lads would bring it home. You know, we have enough experience in this team now to go through some of those tough moments to take lead in the team, and James would have gathered the troops then and given the right messages, I'm sure. But the lads saw that well, and obviously going and getting another try was fantastic.
how is the ground?
Don't know. It doesn't feel great at the moment. I suppose I deserve it for trying to get involved in them all. It's not where I should be, but I thought that I'd be able to hold it up a little bit, and just came down, and it doesn't feel too good at the moment.
Johnny Sexton said that today was really about staying calm. If England did ever get on top, if they had a period when they were ahead on the scoreboard, was that partly what it was about, staying calm and not sticking to the plan when England were ahead on the board?
Yeah, I think, well, they obviously had a clear plan today, and they came and executed really well in the first 20-25 minutes. I thought we defended really well in that period. Obviously to go 6-0 down, but then to come back and be 10-6 up, and we didn't take that chance before half time. I thought we had a good few line breaks in the first half, and we just didn't capitalise. We threw the ball away too many times today. We talk about seeing don't just guess, and we guessed too many times, and thankfully it didn't cost us, but it could have. And they're the things that we need to take out of the game going forward into next time we're together.
Johnny, you got a huge standing ovation when you were walking off the pitch. Were you able to kind of take it in, or was your head still very much in the game and the injury?
Yeah, it was a bit of both really. I was aware of it. I was blown away by the crowd today. But at the time, I was asking the doc, how long would it be for this? How long would it be for that? I didn't get a chance to fully take it in. But look, like I said, it was all about the team today to come here and win a Grand Slam. Incredibly special day, and need to go and enjoy the next couple of days.
Can I just ask what you both made of the red card? It seemed to come at a key point at the moment.
Yes, it's the rules, isn't it? It's unfortunate, I believe, but it's the rules, and I suppose you've got to trust the people as always, who see it for what it is in real time and on the screen, etc., and trust them to make the right decision.
Andy, you were very open about the team's messaging around winning this competition. At what point does the conversation turn towards the World Cup, and how much confidence does winning the Grand Slam give this team going into the World Cup?
I've just been saying to Johnny that there's bigger fish to fry than this, So we're on to the World Cup. No, we're not. We're going to enjoy this next 48 hours at 100%, but we're a good side that's nowhere near reached its potential. I've kept on saying over the last couple of weeks that that's what we're striving to do. Like Johnny said, we'll get a few people back to compete and train hard, and everyone's going to get better in the summer. We get to spend a lot more time together, so we expect our side when we get to the first game of the World Cup to be a lot better than what we are now, and that's the reality.
And just for you personally, how much do moments and days like this vindicate the decision to move all your family over to Ireland, to a different country? Do you ever feel like you needed that vindication when you left England?
Not really, no. Not really. No, I'm just so glad, just so glad for the group, because it's fitting for the group. I mean, look at the year that we've had. To be able to finish it off like that is so deserving in so many ways. I mean, Gary Ringrose getting his 50th last week, and he couldn't receive his 50th cap, so we've just given it him now in the changing rooms. And Josh van der Fleur is his 50th as well. Wow, what a season he's had! What a fitting moment it is to get his 50th cap on such an occasion like that, and for Captain Johnny here to finish his Six Nations campaign. He's been saying all week, this is what dreams are made of, It doesn't come around that often, and it's unbelievably fitting that, in my opinion, the best player ever to play for Ireland is able to sign off on a Grand Slam on St Patrick's Day in front of his home crowd. And there's a lot of stars that have aligned over the course of the last 8 weeks and come together, accumulated into this evening.
Take the last couple, guys.
Johnny, how important has Andy been since he came in as head coach?
He has to be very positive now after I was very positive.
I can't time out the question.
Since day one, he's put his own stamp on it. I think the best thing about him is he hasn't changed one bit from going from assistant to head coach. Still very popular, even with the lads he doesn't pick. We've been able to, how do I put this, bounce back after I let myself down when I got taken off against France. That was probably the low point, real low point. And
for you or for me?
For me. And this is a high point, but I hope it's not the highest point. But very special coach. When you have him, Paul O'Connell, and Simon Easterby, Catty, John Fogarty motivating you during the week, it's a pretty special dressing room to be part of. So all credit to him really for putting it together. Roll on the World Cup. That's what we need to focus on now.
Sorry guys, we'll finish with Keane.
Andy, can I just ask you about Ryan Baird, the fella who was coming of age performance there for much of the
Yeah, you've had me on record over the last few weeks saying how he's matured within our group. Getting so much across his detail, and the things that you've seen especially in the second half. I thought he was immense in the second half. Some of the stuff that you've seen there is him figuring it out how to put his stamp on the game, and the stuff at the breakdown, what you saw, and his efforts as far as his kick chase and everything like that is stuff that goes unseen, but it doesn't go unseen to us because it's constant week in, week out now in training. So he's matured massively over this 8 weeks, and he'll be on to bigger and better things, I'm sure.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Nice staying here.